In a twist no one saw coming, Logan Brown, the eldest son of Kody and Janelle Brown, has found himself at the center of a new sister wives storm. Long admired for staying out of the show's ongoing chaos, Logan's recent display of loyalty toward his father has left fans reeling. As social media erupts with disbelief, one question now echoes across the sister wives fandom. Has Logan just revealed where his true loyalties lie? And could this be the moment that forever shifts how fans view the once neutral Brown son? For years, Logan Brown has been the quiet observer in the sprawling saga of Sister Wives, the hit TLC reality series that has chronicled the emotional unraveling of Kody Brown's once massive plural family. Fans have often regarded him as the steady, mature son who distanced himself from the chaos, choosing privacy and stability over the drama that seemed to consume his parents' world. But in a surprising turn of events, Logan has now drawn attention for an act that has divided the fandom like never before, standing up for his father, Kody Brown, in a way that has left even the most devoted Sister Wives viewers questioning what this could mean for the future of the family dynamic. The moment came subtly, yet unmistakably, while Kody Brown continues to face backlash for the emotional fallout between him and his ex-wives, Christine, Janelle, and Marie. A new wave of online discussions began when Logan was seen interacting with fans in a way that seemed to defend his father's choices. At first, many thought it was a misunderstanding, but as comments and subtle affirmations surfaced, the narrative became clear. Logan was showing support for Kody, and not everyone was happy about it. Fans of the show have long sympathized with the children, many of whom have publicly expressed discomfort or disillusionment with Kody's leadership style. Logan, however, has always chosen silence, avoiding public comment about the show or his family's controversies. That very silence once earned him immense respect from fans, who saw him as the level-headed, responsible son who refused to be pulled into the circus. Yet now, his quiet stance seems to have evolved into something else entirely, a visible loyalty that appears to favor his father over the fractured remnants of the family's plural dynamic. Social media platforms quickly caught fire. Posts began circulating, with fans debating what exactly Logan meant by his words or actions. Some interpreted his defense as a son simply trying to protect his father's reputation in a sea of negativity. Others, however, saw it as a betrayal, a rejection of his mother Janelle's perspective, and a symbolic alignment with the man many believe is responsible for the family's breakdown. The divide was instant, and emotions ran high. Logan's history within the Brown family is significant. As Kody and Janelle's eldest child, he was there from the beginning, when the family was still close-knit, hopeful, and united under the ideal of plural marriage. He watched the dream form, expand, and eventually crumble. Logan's role, particularly in the early seasons of Sister Wives, was often that of the mature older brother who helped keep his younger siblings grounded while his parents navigated the complexities of their shared household. He was known for his calm demeanor, thoughtful comments, and obvious love for all sides of the family. When the show began to depict more tension between Kody and his wives, Logan withdrew further from the public eye. He went to college, built a life outside of the reality TV spotlight, and appeared only rarely in family updates. That is why his apparent show of support for Kody now feels so seismic to fans. It is as if the one Brown child who had successfully escaped the show's shadow has stepped back into it, and on a side that few expected. The timing also raises eyebrows. The most recent season of Sister Wives has been explosive, showcasing Kody's growing frustration, emotional volatility, and estrangement from nearly all his children except those with Robin. For viewers, the pattern seems clear. Kody has alienated everyone but Robin's household. Yet Logan's subtle endorsement has added a new wrinkle to that narrative. Could there be more nuance to Kody's side of the story than fans realize? Or is Logan simply reacting as a son who refuses to see his father endlessly vilified in public? Sources close to the Brown family have hinted that Logan's relationship with his father, while distant at times, was never entirely broken. Kody has spoken warmly of Logan in rare interviews, noting his pride in his eldest son's independence and leadership qualities. For Kody, Logan represented the ideal, the child who grew up disciplined, responsible, and successful. Traits Kody has often lamented are harder to instill in the chaos of his now fractured family. That respect appears to go both ways. Despite years of fan speculation that the older kids resent their father, Logan has reportedly kept communication open, preferring peace over confrontation. Still, the emotional toll of watching one's parents' plural marriage collapse cannot be underestimated. Logan has lived through heartbreak on multiple fronts: his mother Janelle's separation from Kody, his sister's public disillusionment, and the media's relentless criticism of the family patriarch. To some, Logan's defense might not be an endorsement of Kody's choices, but rather a plea for balance, a reminder that every story has more than one side. For others, it feels like an act of misplaced loyalty, an unwillingness to confront the damage Kody's behavior has caused. In the fan community, the reactions have ranged from shock to fury to reluctant understanding. Many have expressed disappointment, claiming Logan's stance undermines the pain his mother endured. Others argue that Logan, as an adult and the eldest son, might simply be tired of the endless public vilification of his father. One fan wrote, "Maybe he's just trying to protect his family's dignity. It's exhausting watching strangers tear them apart." Another fired back, "Dignity? His dad humiliated his wives and abandoned his kids. Logan should know better." The debate speaks to the larger struggle within the Sister Wives universe, the battle between public perception and personal loyalty. The show has built its success on exposing the Browns' vulnerabilities, turning their private pain into televised entertainment. Over the years, Kody has become the lightning rod for criticism, while Christine, Janelle, and Mary have emerged as symbols of liberation and empowerment. Against that backdrop, any sign of support for Kody is bound to provoke controversy. Logan's recent move has reminded viewers that behind the memes and drama, these are real relationships, filled with complexities that reality TV cannot fully capture. Adding another layer to the drama is how Logan's siblings have reacted. While none have spoken directly about the incident, eagle-eyed fans have noticed subtle online behavior shifts, likes, follows, and cryptic quotes that suggest not everyone agrees with Logan's perspective. Some of his sisters have been vocal about their strained relationships with their father, while others, like McKelty and Peyton, have offered varying degrees of empathy and frustration. Logan's decision to defend his father may strain those sibling bonds further, especially in a family where emotional wounds still run deep. Janelle Brown's reaction remains unknown. The Sister Wives matriarch has always expressed pride in her children's independence, often emphasizing that they make their own choices and form their own opinions. But it would not be surprising if Logan's apparent loyalty to Kody stirred mixed emotions. Janelle has been candid about her split with Kody, calling out his lack of communication and his favoritism toward Robin. Yet, she has also maintained that Kody remains the father of her children and that she wishes peace for the entire family. Logan's defense of his father could be interpreted as an echo of that same wish, or as a quiet challenge to the narrative that Kody is beyond redemption. As Sister Wives continues to air new episodes, fans are watching closely to see whether Logan's name will come up again. His reemergence in the public eye has reignited curiosity about the older Brown children, most of whom have chosen private lives far away from cameras. The show's producers have been known to capitalize on moments like this, using social media buzz to tease potential future appearances. Could Logan return for a reunion or special episode? It's not impossible. And if he does, his relationship with Kody, now under intense scrutiny, will undoubtedly be front and center. Beyond the headlines, however, lies a deeper truth about the Brown family's evolution. As years of conflict and heartbreak unfold, the next generation is left to navigate their own paths between loyalty and disillusionment. Logan's choice to defend his father, whether from love, duty, or frustration, symbolizes that delicate balance. It reminds fans that the Brown story isn't just about broken marriages or dramatic confrontations. It's about children trying to find peace in the aftermath of their parents' choices. For Kody Brown, Logan's public show of support may be a rare moment of solace. The father who has felt increasingly isolated may see in his eldest son a reflection of the unity he once dreamed of building. But for Logan, this moment is more complicated. He stands as both a son and a man who has carved out his own identity beyond the label of Kody's child.
His loyalty might not mean agreement with everything his father has done. It could simply be compassion, a refusal to dehumanize someone he once looked up to. In the end, the reaction to Logan Brown's stance reveals more about the viewers than about him. Fans want heroes and villains, but real families don't fit into such neat boxes. Logan's decision to stand by his father, at least in part, breaks that binary wide open. It challenges the audience to consider that love can coexist with disappointment and forgiveness can live alongside pain. The Brown family story continues to unfold, and Logan's surprising support of Kody has ensured that his name, once quietly respected, will now be debated and discussed for months to come. Whether he has truly stand for Kody or simply refused to condemn him, Logan Brown has reminded everyone of one uncomfortable truth. Family ties, even in the harshest spotlight, rarely unravel in straight lines. They twist, tangle, and tighten, often in ways that defy the audience's expectations. And as Sister Wives continues to chronicle the fallout of a family broken and rebuilding, Logan's moment of loyalty stands as both a shock and a lesson in how complex love, especially within the Browns, can truly be.
Kody Brown is no stranger to controversy, heartbreak, or reinvention. But now, the man who once proudly led a sprawling, polygamous family is rewriting his own story. After years of chaos, emotional confrontations, and a shattered family dynamic that played out on national television, Kody is reportedly leaving his old life behind to embrace what he's calling a new beginning. Sources close to the Sister Wives patriarch claim that this isn't just a change of scenery, it's a complete transformation of who Kody Brown is at his core. The question that fans everywhere are asking, is this the redemption arc he's been waiting for, or just another chapter in his long, complicated saga of self-destruction and denial? In the quiet of Flagstaff's early autumn mornings, the man who once stood as the patriarch of America's most infamous polygamous family now finds himself surrounded by silence. For Kody Brown, that silence is both haunting and healing. After more than a decade of living his life under the relentless glare of the public eye, Kody is turning the page. He is no longer the husband balancing 4 marriages, nor the confident leader declaring divine purpose in plural love. Instead, he is a man trying to rebuild from the ashes of a family that fractured beyond recognition. This is Kody Brown's story of leaving behind the life that defined him, of seeking something that resembles peace, and of chasing a new beginning that may finally free him from the emotional wreckage of his past. For years, Kody's identity revolved around the show that made him famous. Sister Wives was more than television. It was his mission, his validation, and his spiritual calling. He once described himself as the man who would prove that polygamy could work when built on faith, respect, and shared love. But what started as a bold social experiment slowly devolved into a living nightmare of jealousy, resentment, and fractured dreams. The women who once stood by his side, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, each walked a path that took them further and further away from the unity Kody had promised. By the time the family moved from Las Vegas to Flagstaff, it wasn't just geography that changed. Everything they had built together began to crumble. Kody's downfall wasn't sudden. It was slow, agonizing, and painfully public. Christine was the first to walk away, shocking fans with her decision to end her spiritual marriage in 2021. She cited years of emotional neglect and a one-sided relationship that had left her feeling invisible. Her departure opened the floodgates for revelations that Kody had long ignored: his inability to balance affection, his obsession with control, and the deep favoritism he showed toward Robin. When Janelle eventually followed suit, it became clear that the cracks in the foundation were irreparable. Even Mary, who had clung to the hope of reconciliation despite years of alienation, finally admitted that her marriage was nothing more than a shell. Kody was left standing with only Robin, the one wife who had always been by his side, but whose presence had also become the symbol of his undoing. Now, after everything has fallen apart, Kody is trying to make sense of who he is without the title of husband to 4 wives.
insiders reveal that he's taken time away from the cameras, focusing on introspection and solitude. Gone are the crowded family dinners, the tense confessionals, and the constant tug-of-war between faith and family politics. Instead, Kody has been seen spending time alone, hiking the Arizona trails, and attending therapy sessions that friends say have forced him to confront the darker sides of his personality. He is reportedly working on a memoir that he hopes to set the record straight and show the world the man behind the chaos. But whether this is an act of redemption or a calculated PR move remains to be seen. Those who know Kody best say he's been humbled in ways he never expected. Losing 3 wives, his once tight-knit family, and even the respect of many of his children has forced him to reevaluate everything he once believed. The man who used to preach about leadership and spiritual destiny is now speaking quietly about personal accountability and emotional growth. According to one family insider, Kody has finally realized that love cannot be managed like a business or dictated through religious conviction. He's finally seeing what his wives were trying to tell him all along, the source said. He's learning that leadership isn't about control, it's about compassion. But the road to this so-called new beginning has been anything but easy. Kody's relationships with his older children remain strained, especially with those who sided with their mothers during the family's unraveling. His connection with Christine's daughter, Truly, is described as distant, while Janelle's sons have openly criticized his behavior on social media. Even his bond with Mary's child, Leon, has been tested by years of emotional distance and public controversy. While Robin remains by his side, their relationship has reportedly been under immense pressure. The isolation that once seemed like a comfort has turned into a mirror reflecting Kody's deepest insecurities. Still, there are signs of change. Kody has been spotted at community events, no longer hiding behind the guarded persona that once defined him. He's been seen smiling, engaging in conversations, and even joking with fans who recognize him from Sister Wives. Some say he appears lighter, as though a heavy burden has been lifted. Others speculate that he's simply trying to reshape his image before the next season of the show brings him back into the public spotlight. But for Kody himself, this transition appears deeply personal. In a recent private conversation shared by someone close to him, he allegedly said, "I've been living in the past too long. It's time to let go and start over. Maybe this time I'll get it right."